What we have here is a body from a future Chevy Cruze, which is a family member of the Chevy Volt. We at General Motors, in order to accelerate our development exercises, have grafted in a representative propulsion system that is Voltec. So it has a 16 kilowatt hour battery. It has about 110 kilowatt electric traction motor. And we gave people today the opportunity to drive electrically, kind of 80+% representation of what their battery electric vehicle driving experience will be in a Chevy Volt. So the next phase of a Volt development, which begins in 29 days, is the vehicle assembly of the first of 75 prototype or integration vehicles. These will be the last engineering vehicles we use before we actually start building product at the Detroit Hamtramck assembly plant. These vehicles will be testing and validating our production intent design, as well as developing software and controls to continually refine the full vehicle package for Chevy Volt, not only the propulsion system and the powertrain, but all of the other key elements of functionality, including how people interact with the vehicle, the human-machine interface, and the like. 2010, from early 2010 on, we'll be producing a lot of vehicles in Detroit Hamtramck to tune the production processes, supplier capability, and again, to fine-tune the design so that it is of the highest quality which people expect from General Motors and in an exciting new product like the Chevy Volt. Right now, all indications from the many tests we do in our battery lab, where we're cycling batteries literally 24/7, as well as all the batteries in vehicles, in physical tests in customer environments and the like, all indications are that the targets that we've set to achieve 40 miles of battery electric range on a city or highway cycle, the Federal Test Procedure EPA cycle, as well as the stated target of having performance for the automotive life of the battery to be 10 years, 150,000 miles, we're on track. There's always a challenge associated with having something that needs to perform 10 years and only having tested it a couple years. But all of our indications, along with our supplier and the tests that they're doing at a cell level, suggest that we're on track to achieve those targets. And as we tell a lot of people, even beyond the 10 years of automotive life, this battery has been designed to have probably close to another 10 years of life in an air-conditioned environment as a stationary storage device, perhaps at a home or for the electric utilities.
Weight-wise, how does this mule compare against the production target?
This is fairly representative. It's a little on the heavier side vis-a-vis production because some things are cobbled up, but we try to ballast it so you get the representation. But even with a crude ride and handling package that you see now, you can
pretty good. The corner's fairly flat.
You can get a feel that this has a lot of capability to ultimately be tuned. Well, we're working as we speak certainly on introducing the very first Volt, but even while we work on the first Volt, we're working on a generation 2 of the technology to take cost out, just as we've seen in other technologies, whether it be cell phones, plasma screen TVs, etc. We know first generation technologies have not been optimized and finely tuned. There's not a lot of suppliers in play, there's not a lot of competition until the technology becomes a little bit more proven. Now, that being said, the car will ultimately be priced when we get closer to market, but the good news is that the federal tax credit will be $7,500 off the price of any Volt, literally for the life of the Generation 1 technology. The first 200,000 General Motors vehicles will get up to $7,500, and Volt, by the way, achieves the highest tax credit capable in that particular bill. And we're anticipating that there will be other stakeholders. I can't comment on where they stand and the like, but certainly there'll be other stakeholders that are really interested in increasing the adoption of this technology. And so we think that will mitigate a lot of the initial costs that the customer may see on the price tag when they look at the net effect of what it will ultimately cost them. Not to mention electricity will be in the time frame in question significantly less than gas, and that's another savings for customers. The vehicles that we produce beginning in June, the integration vehicles, or IVERs, Sam, as you said, will marry the Volt body with the Voltec propulsion system. The vehicle we have here, this lovely engineering development mule, actually just has Volt inside, or the Voltec propulsion system grafted into another body, in order to expedite the development process for the engineers and to achieve the target that we've laid out for ourselves, that we're still on track for, November 2010, production acceleration of Chevrolet Volt.